Waking Up Singapore.
Gotta get up.
The Big Show on Kiss 92.
Gotta get up.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the Big Show Tuesday. All right, we've got Daphne Cool with us every Tuesday. Go tell everyone, in case they're wondering, why is it the show is a little bigger on Tuesday? That's because Daphne's on the
livelier.
show. An extra person. Livelier.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm trying to bring some energy to the morning. It's different, right? Tuesday
Some
mornings.
extra energy.
Yeah,
Millennial
extra.
energy. I think it's slightly different color.
What color, Angel?
I don't know. You guys are like green.
She was really thinking about. I like that.
You
okay,
like green?
yeah.
Okay. Like the color, the aura, you know?
Right.
It's a different color.
I wouldn't have said Mark, so I don't like green all that much.
Okay.
You know, the polka dot school.
Yeah.
Not my
St.
Dr.
Margaret's.
Geraldine stuff.
Yeah. All right, speaking of energy, we've got Dr. Geraldine Tan, award-winning psychologist from the therapy room with us. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, and bigger always better.
Yeah.
Good morning,
Okay,
Dr.
yeah,
Jerry.
you heard it from Jerry.
Jerry.
Bigger is always better.
No, bigger is not necessarily better, only when it comes to the big show. And today we're talking about depression, though. I mean, I guess we're trying to make it lively because it seems like we're going to go a little more somber with this topic.
So what is depression, Jerry?
Yeah, last was with all the speed and the excitement and everything. And then you listen, police
Yeah.
article coming out and sharing about depression. Was struggling.
When I can't hear you clearly, I also start to feel depressed.
Yeah, I think.
Like right about now.
Yeah.
Go on. Carry on.
Do I speak slower? Do I speak faster?
No, but once again, I think it's your Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, it's intermittent once again.
It
Jerry.
might be the mic, you know.
No.
It's a
I think
different kind of Tech
I know what to
Tuesday.
get you for your
For
Christmas
Christmas.
present. Yeah.
Booster.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Jerry on the Big Show TV. I need to get you a new mic,
That's
Jerry.
a bit intermittent.
I don't think it's the mic. If
The
you just said it's the
network, you
Wi-Fi,
think?
it's the
You
network.
really think
I think it's the
Wi-Fi?
network.
It's the
Yeah,
network.
it's the network.
Has it always been like this?
It's been
Mostly on Tuesdays, yeah.
Oh.
It hasn't been reliable.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's okay.
Never
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're going in and out.
Yes. The article about police and about her depression.
Tell you what,
so
Jerry,
it's,
Jerry, sign out and come in again. You go out and
Okay.
come in again. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because if you can see her, it's not so bad. If all you're doing is hearing the audio, it can be a bit phasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a bit jarring.
Yeah, but that's true. If the video is working fine, then and the sound is like that,
Yeah.
it means something else.
But
Yeah.
radio is always first.
Audio.
First,
Of
yeah,
course.
Yeah,
it's the
of
audio.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
So,
So that's why, I could see all of you like,
Cringing.
what can we do, huh? There's no way to regulate it, especially if the other side has a bad connection, or
It's
bad
difficult.
setup.
well,
bad setup.
we have to
The
try to
setup-
get
the
Jerry
setup-
to come into the
Many times.
studio.
Yeah.
Right.
The setup there has been tweaked numerous times.
Yeah.
Oh, no
So
way.
New microphone,
there's
everything.
nothing else we
Okay.
can do.
Let's
set
try
up.
Okay,
this
wait.
again.
Okay, let's do mine.
It's still phasing a
Better.
little bit.
No?
It is
I'm not
your audio,
sorry.
just your audio is phasing a little bit.
Yeah, just phasing a little bit. We'll have to make do. Do you-
I do think talking slowly will make the audio a little clearer because then people don't have to strain so much to hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we
No,
go
wait,
back to
let's,
the beginning, Jerry. So what is depression?
Depression is a medical condition. Much as we don't want to acknowledge that and think it's just it's up in your head, it is not. It is a medical condition, and it really causes a lot of destructive behavior left undetected.
Sorry, Jerry, I don't get that. It's not in your head. It's a medical condition.
Yeah, it's because a lot of people say, "Oh, you're depressed." No, it's just in your head. Get over it. It'll pass and stuff like that. But it's a diagnosed medical
Yes. Right,
condition.
okay,
It is
okay,
a
okay.
problem.
Like the
Okay.
difference of is mind over matter versus it's a chemical imbalance
Right,
in your
right,
body,
right,
like
right,
actual
okay.
medical condition.
And that's why some people have to take medication.
yeah, to balance it out.
Yeah.
It's when
Yep,
people, I think, self-diagnose or self-medicate that maybe they don't know exactly what they should be taking, and they're just. I mean, in Singapore, I think medication is a little bit more strict. But somewhere like the States, you can just walk into a pharmacy
Yeah.
and get
Xanax and stuff like that.
antidepressants
Yeah.
or what have you.
Yeah, and just to make it very clear, and we've spoken to Jerry about this before. So Jerry's a psychologist, and of course there are psychiatrists as well. So it's the psychiatrists who can prescribe medication,
Not the
psychologists
psychologists, yeah.
cannot.
Exactly.
So if someone were to go to
Exactly.
Jerry and Jerry feels like this person needs a little bit more than just counseling or talking to, then Jerry, you will refer that person perhaps to a psychiatrist. Am I right?
Yes. So if they require medication, we will refer to the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist will work around several different types of medication, because everyone reacts to medication differently. But you do need to be diagnosed first. And it's not. I think Danny was talking about self-diagnosis. The younger generation loves to self-diagnose. So they love to say, I've got depression, I've got panic attack, I've got anxiety. But all of us have emotions. And sometimes you can feel more than usual. So for example, grief, this disappointment, it looks like depression, but it's not depression.
So Jerry, if that's the case, you say a medical condition, things can look like depression but aren't. So there are obviously different degrees of depression. Are there different types of depression?
So there are different types of depression, meaning that there's a major depressive disorder, which is your clinical depression, and all the signs and symptoms of it. It's very acute. It lasts for 2 weeks, and you go to the psychiatrist or the psychologist and be diagnosed with that. There are those that seem to be very chronic. So it's persistent depressive disorder, which we call this mania. It's like it never goes away. It just lasts for years and years.
Wow, that
Okay,
must be
Jerry.
painful.
Yeah. Jerry, FD will ask you that question again on air, okay? We're going on air. Stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Okay, we've got the usual delays across the expressways. That much we do know for sure. There are a couple of areas to look out for this morning. One of them is the KJE towards the PIE. A vehicle broken down after Woodlands Road exit. TPE towards the PIE. A vehicle broken down after the KPE exit. Avoid lane 1. Farrer Road towards Queensway. A vehicle broken down after the Farrer flyover. Avoid the right lane. KJE towards the PIE, an accident before the PIE Changi exit, causing all kinds of delays. Please stay within the speed limit. Have everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
We're back on The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is award-winning psychologist from the Therapy Room, Dr. Geraldine Tan.
So, Jerry, we said that depression is a medical condition. I'm sure there are various degrees of depression, but I'm more interested to find out, are there different types of depression?
Yes. So there are different types of depression. There is the major depressive disorder, and that's acute, and it's when you first get diagnosed with it. Then there's this disorder. Those that go on for years and years. And I see Angel's face. I'm having a lot of echoes somewhere.
Go on, Jerry. Go on.
Go on.
Just go on,
Just
please.
go on.
And there's the bipolar disorder, where the mania and the depression. Yeah. So the last one is postnatal depression. So those that you get after after delivery. So at least the four major types of depression that we do see in our centers.
All right, so let's touch on postnatal depression. So if someone is going through it right now, do you encourage that person to actually seek help right away, or
Do you think it's something that they naturally come out of?
yeah?
Many of them have the baby blues.
Yeah.
Blues, the adjustment period, trying to settle into a new routine. Those are normal. But when you have suicidal thoughts, thoughts that you try to throw, that think you want to throw the baby down from the building,
Oh dear.
you want to kill the baby, you are being paranoid with the people that are trying to help you, then don't hesitate.
To ask for help or to
Yeah.
seek help.
Okay, all of a sudden my question seemed like a dumb question earlier.
Why?
No, because I think anyone who has postnatal depression right now should definitely just go seek help straight away.
and support.
I never
Before
even
it
realized.
builds up,
Yeah, it can be really,
I never
really
even
bad.
realized that postnatal depression went to the point where you want to throw your baby
course.
off the
You've never
balcony.
given birth, that's why.
And you also feel it's a lot of emotions that you have to feel for a new person. This person has disrupted everything that you
yeah.
know, your sleep, your body,
I was
you know,
gonna say
your
your body,
friends, you know, everything. So
Your
it's
life
a
is
lot to
about
adjust to.
Wow. Wow.
That's why women are so extraordinary.
Exactly.
That is
Well
true.
done, Glenn. Yes.
Okay, let's continue this conversation on The Big Show TV. We are speaking to Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. It is 8:12.
Kiss 92 time check.
Jerry? Can't hear her now.
Everyone,
Oh, there.
Okay,
there
okay.
she is.
Now
Gotcha.
we can hear you. I think next week, our listeners would like you to come into the studio.
Yeah, we're actually getting requests that you come into the studio.
Yes, yeah, the sound is awful.
But also, it'd be nice to have you here.
okay.
Yeah.
Make
No,
arrangements.
I'm so sorry about
It's okay.
that.
No,
It was
don't worry.
a urgent topic and so tough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And now
but
it seems like you're slowing down altogether. Are you deliberately like?
But the slow down actually helps
It does.
with the hearing.
When she
Yeah.
speaks
But I don't
slowly.
like it though.
Yeah, it's too slow for her
Yeah.
character.
Character.
Yeah, yeah. No, don't. Just speak normally.
We'll try and
normal
decipher
speak.
what you're saying.
Yeah, we will.
If I speak normally, you can't hear.
Yeah, trust me. Later on, when you watch yourself, you'll hate yourself speaking slowly.
Yeah.
Trust me. Just speak normally.
Not that bad.
No, that's really bad.
Hey, Jerry, earlier you mentioned that the young today love to self-diagnose. Oh, I'm depressed. I have anxiety. I have this. I have that. I've heard it so many times. What are some of the signs that we need to look out for, just so that we know we're going through something?
Oh, actually, and to that point as well, how accurate is a diagnosis? Because I know, like, the diagnosis is kind of a series, it's a questionnaire, right? And then either they do feel this way or do feel that way. How accurate is the diagnosis? Because for self-diagnosis as well, it could just be like, oh, do I have these symptoms? Like, do you need a professional to be asking these questions? Or can you ask them yourself?
Yeah. Thanks Stephanie, for asking. The young ones love to go on the internet and do all these surveys. This is good for a preliminary sort of idea what you've got, but please go to a professional. Because the professional will ask you more questions than whatever that is on the screen. And then they will try and find out beyond whatever the signs and symptoms.
Speaking of diagnosis, I mean, depression is not always physically obvious.
Definitely.
You know, I mean, somebody can look perfectly happy in front of everybody else, but be depressed. Is it something that, whether it's the young or older, can go into a psychologist and rig the results? You know what I mean? Because I mean, to get medication,
Yeah,
or a
yeah.
you know, or a
I'm sure that
psychiatrist. Sorry,
happens.
you know,
Yeah, I'm sure that happens.
that you can just go in and go, yes, I do feel this way, and everything is yes, 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 just to have the meds. I mean, how can the psychiatrist tell the fakes from the actual people who are suffering from it?
that's the difference between what the survey do on screen, because that's a robot or that's that survey that you're doing. But psychiatrists or the psychologists have more opportunity to pick out nuances and look at your story. So that's why the questions that they ask would be slightly different from whatever that is on the surveys. So of course we can't catch everyone who is delivering or trying to get pull a fast one or get medication, but at least we filter out more of them.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
Is there a rise in people who are depressed, especially post-COVID?
There is an explosion. So at first we were saying that perhaps it is because there is more awareness, there's more understanding what the disorder is. People are more willing to come forward. But it is also shocking with all the education and all the awareness that we are still losing people, especially prominent people, to depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the recent. I think you're referring to the recent Coco Lee story. I think everybody was shocked with that.
I mean, she's definitely not the first.
No,
and
of
she
course,
won't be the
of course.
last.
Yeah.
No, and we're doing less income. So very big names in the
Yeah. Could they be lacking? I mean, you said there's a chemical imbalance, right?
There is also mood regulation because it is a mood disorder, and it's not something they can just get out of. Many people just say snap out of it. It's not possible.
So what happens then? I mean, somebody is depressed. And obviously something is causing that depression.
Right.
Is the key the medication and then finding the root of that depression and taking whatever it is that's making that person depressed out of the equation?
Yeah. Could it be the lack of vitamin B?
Yeah,
as well?
something like that. Could it be a lack of or too much of a situation, like a toxic situation that's creating that? And if you take the person away from that, plus the medication and all that, they come out a lot better.
Yeah. So these are contributing factors. And when we alleviate all these different variables, they may recover faster. But they may not be the only cause of depression. Depression is a depression, and sometimes we cannot explain why you're depressed, and it hits every socioeconomic status. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, you have a lot of resources, you have resources.
Yeah.
How about this, Jerry? Identifying what is making you feel unhappy. Because that to me is like stage one. You're unhappy, and then that leads to more emotions.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
So-
sometimes there's no
Contributing
reason.
factor.
Sometimes there's no. It's just a chemical imbalance, right? It could be.
If it's a chemical imbalance, then yeah. But I think most of the time we live with certain degrees of unhappiness because we
Right.
feel like we need to live with it.
And someone like something might trigger it,
Exactly.
you think?
Something or someone. Like sometimes, if you've got a partner and
Yeah.
I mean, you're married to your partner and you feel
He's
Trapped.
very careful with his words right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
trapped.
sure.
I'm not saying that the person is abusing you, but you're trapped because there is something that you're really unhappy about in the relationship that you can't bring up, and so you live with it. But the more you live with it, the more it eats into you.
So you're trapped. Like I had someone that I know. Well, I have someone that I know that lived and is still living with depression, but coming out of it. But he described it as being in a room where the walls are closing in and you can't stop it. And no one is there to pull you out.
Yeah.
Lights are all off and everything, and
Yeah.
you don't know what's coming for you. And that alone was to me a brilliant and very clear description of what someone living with depression goes through.
So different people describe it differently. So your friend described it as a room and the walls closing in. There are others that describe it as a chain, a very heavy chain. Chain on the leg
That they're dragging.
or a blanket a big, heavy blanket that is over them, and they cannot find the edge, they cannot come out, and they are under that weighted blanket that cannot lift away.
Those are very good descriptions for people who are not feeling depressed.
Feeling depressed,
you know?
so you get an idea.
Yeah.
But Jerry, you're describing depression. How do we treat it?
So after the diagnosis, the doctor, psychiatrist will give medication. We will work with them with the different therapeutic methods depending on what they bring forward in the session. It could be psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, commitment therapy. It depends on what we require.
Okay,
But
Jerry.
for
Hold on,
the-
Jerry. Hold on. We're going back on air. Stand by.
Your name. Kiss 92 traffic.
Usual delays across the expressways. That's what you get at this time of the morning, to be quite honest. There are one or two areas to look out for. The AYE towards the NCE, vehicle broken down before Portsdown Avenue exit. Avoid lane 1. KJE towards the PIE, a vehicle broken down after Woodlands Road exit. KJE towards... The next one is the AYE towards Tuas. Roadworks after Clementi Road exit. Stay within the speed limit, please. Make sure you've got everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
Good morning and welcome back to the Big Show Tuesday. We've got Daphne Koo with us. So it's Glenn, Angel, Daphne and the Flying Dutchman. And we also have Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. We're talking about depression.
Yes, and I make everyone quite depressed with the echo of my mic.
Next week you'll be in the studio.
Yeah, so it'll be nice and clear.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I'm thinking? I think it's your position, Jerry. Because when you were by the window before,
Potentially.
it used to be fine.
Yeah.
This is true. Yeah,
Yeah.
what happened to that position?
You moved
You
your
moved your
furniture
stuff around, didn't you?
You're in the dungeon now.
No, I'm here.
You see, as soon as you put
Yeah.
your hand on the window, the sound is better.
But you got to be in front of the window. Because then
That's-
you're tapping on your neighbor's hi-fi upstairs.
High five.
High five.
Sorry, I mean your Wi-Fi.
Your high five.
Hi-fi or Wi-fi?
What era were you born in? Turn on the high five.
It is better, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, Dr. Jerry, just
Go in front of the window. Go in front of the window.
no, it's okay.
Doesn't matter.
Headroom is fine. We want to lighten things up. We were talking about depression, but we want to ask you a question because the wheel churned out this question.
Right.
What Singapore law would you pass if you could?
That doesn't exist
Doesn't
already.
exist right now. So, like I said, minimal wage. I want that to come into play. FD said
4-day
work week. Glenn, what did you say?
He didn't say,
I was
he
thinking.
Oh, you were thinking.
I was still
And
thinking.
I said a number of hours.
The maximum number of
change
hours.
the maximum number of hours.
Yeah.
Or to make it more strict
It's like,
for companies to not do that to their employees.
to make them work extra hours, right?
Yeah.
So, do you have any sort of law that you'd like to see passed in Singapore?
That you think might help with your...
Or work, maybe.
Yeah.
Work, how about the society? The immediate thought was being kind, like non-manners, the kindness movement. Why not go for it? We have laws for no spitting, no littering. Why being kind?
So what?
Oh, I
If you're
like
not
that.
kind,
I
you
think
go to
you're not-
jail, is it? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
It's
saying?
fine.
I think
if
it's
you're
a bit
not kind.
hard. I think it's a bit like...
But it's nice. I mean, it may not be realistic, but it's nice and idealistic.
Or,
I like
or a
it.
reward for being kind.
Ooh,
Rewards
incentive?
for incentive. See, we're all very incentive driven here
That's
in Singapore,
true.
right?
That's
so
true.
instead of having a law against, you smack positive reinforcement.
You know what? The people
And
who are
it's-
usually rude, they'll be like, "Yes, please, can I have this?"
Well,
No, but
really,
at the end of the day, it works because it really doesn't cost anybody anything. It's just GST vouchers.
That is true. That is
That's
true.
all it is.
I like the idea, Dr. Jerry. being kind.
It's just God.
Glenn is just smiling at the
screen. You know, this utopian sort of society.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Jerry on the Big Show TV. Up next, Charlie XCX Speed Drive on Kiss 92. Okay, so yeah,
What were
there
you
goes our
smiling
theory.
at, Glenn?
I was just smiling at the fact that she was breaking
Still not
up
working.
again.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
still
Because it's all about the audio, right? For
yeah.
me.
Yeah, Jerry, if we have someone in our house who's suffering from depression, what should we be doing?
A shot of whiskey on a nice,
on the rocks.
Glenn,
Yeah.
I don't need anyone to be suffering from depression to have a shot of whiskey. I'll do it anyway.
No, but
what should we do?
And also, is there anything that we can do to detect that? Because sometimes, our friends that are depressed, they don't show it. They don't know how to ask for help.
Half the time they don't show it.
For those that don't show it, it's a little bit difficult. It's okay, we'll come to that. But when someone tells you that they are struggling or don't feel well, let's not downplay it. Because many times they dismiss, they feel more isolated with how they feel. And then they are just stewing in their own helplessness. They may feel that there's no way out, hopeless, helpless, and that's when they feel, I've got no other option except that one option.
Yeah. And so to FD's question, is there something we can do as friends or people that care about these people? What is the best course of action to enter into that conversation?
So you can ask them how they are. You can ask them what they need. So sometimes what they need is just presence. They don't need you to do anything else. They don't need you to talk too much. They just need you to be there. And many of them they just sit beside me. And then for us, that's enough. And many of them will say, yes, that is enough.
Jerry, do all depressions have to be treated with medication?
No, not every one needs medication. So we only have medication, have counseling, as well as the exercise. Sometimes we have to do a lifestyle change also. Because sometimes it's too sedentary. Sometimes they're not going out into the sun. They're not moving enough.
So the sun, vitamin D, has a lot to do with it.
It's serotonin, right? Getting
vitamin D. So many of them who were a little more depressed, that's after during COVID. Interestingly, when we went for the blood test, and it was a coincidence, it was because they were feeling exhausted, they thought they had diabetes, they went for blood test. And the blood test came out as lacking in vitamin D. That was quite easy to go out in the sun.
That's why a lot of people feel sadder during the winter months
I
and
feel very
happier
sad.
during the summer months, right? Because of the darkness and the cold and everything else.
and
Yeah.
SAD.
Yes.
Some people get
SAD,
SAD.
yeah. they do.
Seasonal something disorder.
Affective disorder.
Affective
Yeah.
disorder.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Especially if your days are like 5 hours. You get sunlight for 5 hours of the day.
Yeah.
Then it's all dark.
Which is why, like in London, right? Many people
19
suffer
hours
from
of
SAD.
darkness.
But there's some countries, the Nordic countries as well, which is like during winter,
Yeah.
it's just nighttime
Yeah.
throughout.
They get like 1 hour of
Yeah.
sun
So it's-
every couple of days or something. But
crazy,
that
yeah.
is- so you think maybe just being around and like saying, hey, let's go for a walk, let's go for a meal, you think that would be good enough to start that conversation or have them open up about what
I
they're going
don't
through?
need them to open up. There are times when they are dismissive and they are even angry with you. But I need the people who love them to be persistent.
Yeah. So just be there. But silence is golden, golden.
Oh,
Just
That's
sit
an old
and
song,
be
right?
there.
Presence.
That's my silence.
Yeah, because I worry about people opening up, Jerry, because if they did open up to you, how many of us would actually know how to handle that?
I will know how to handle that.
Shot of whiskey on the rocks.
One whiskey and 2 gins.
They may not open up, but knowing that you are there and that you are embracing them, good, bad, and ugly, already helps them.
Or literally embracing them. Sometimes a hug.
Yeah.
Embracing them, yeah. So it's also them giving a chance to help them. Because many times when we leave them already, parents, friends, even therapists would say, why don't they give us one more chance? Why don't they just allow us to help them? So our purpose is to show them opening up in the way that we want, not the way that we want. It's important.
How do parents spot depression in children if it's not immediately obvious?
So a lot more withdrawal changes in the schedule. Words like I'm a waste of your time, or you shouldn't bother about me. They start saying, oh, I don't care anymore. These are more overt. Some are more silent. Yeah. Some. I must say that many times parents cannot catch because the children deliberately don't show.
And that's why the parents shouldn't feel they're at fault if anything happens, right? Because a lot of times the parents blame themselves.
Parents, friends should blame themselves. I've got so many young clients that think they should have done something. This is when there's a mixed class, or they haven't got contact with them. Even therapists.
Okay, hold
Hang
on,
Dr.
hold on, Jerry. We're going for a traffic update.
Traffic.
You give the traffic update now.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Okay, let's see what's happening on the roads this morning.
Sila FD now sounds depressed. No, actually, after all this talk about depression
because
and all that, it's bringing him down.
No,
Right?
I've known someone who's gone through it.
I'm sure you've been depressed as well.
I've
I've
gone
been depressed
through
as well.
it, yeah. MCE towards the ECP, a vehicle broken down at the ECP Changi exit. Look out for that. Sembawang Road towards Lorong Chencharu. We have an accident after Basun Pa Road. I
don't even know. Are you doing Singapore traffic?
I
or?
think so. You know,
Really? Okay.
could be
You
Terengganu.
sound sad, FD.
I am sad. AYE towards the MCE, a vehicle broken down before Portsdown Road exit. Be safe as you drive today.
We're back on The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Don't you see what you've done, Jerry?
It's not Jerry's fault.
It's. I think so.
No,
lah.
don't blame it. No, don't
not
blame it on
Jerry's
anyone.
fault.
Take that
sounds
back.
damn sad
Take
right
that
now,
back.
man.
It's not Dr.
Stop
Jerry's
it.
fault.
Okay, it's not Dr. Jerry's fault.
If anything, it's good that we're opening this discussion,
Yes.
right?
But don't blame Dr. Jerry.
Okay, let's wrap up this
Depressing
session
topic.
right now.
Nobody blames you, Dr. Jerry.
Yes, half an hour session. How much do we owe you?
Just Glenn.
This is true.
Yes.
Okay, Jerry, next week you come into the studio, okay? All right, last words, please.
I would say our chair, one of you who shared this many years ago, she still has depression, still struggling, but she has done so well. Another age student, another mental health at this point, but at her peak, and when she just went over the peak, we almost lost her. Thinking that we didn't lose her. This is what she said. It's never too late to die, but always too early to die. And this is a statement that she permitted me to use over and over again for those that are struggling.
Never too late to die or never too late to live?
It's never too late to die.
Never too late to die,
To die, okay.
but always too early to die.
Okay.
This sounds
always
like the
too
next
early.
title of a James
James
Bond
Bond movie. Don't make a joke out of it. Okay, thank you, Dr. Jerry.
Thank you so much, Jerry.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next
Jerry.
week.
All right, up next we've got our senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times, Nian Tjoe. Are we talking to Nian Tjoe now, or
Yeah, we could.
we
do
can?
a
Oh, okay.
no.
Shalini Susan, our boss, says
Later.
Okay, on the Big Show TV.
Okay, let's
All right, up next, the Pussycat Dolls. I miss them.
Why do you sound like you're in a fighting ring,
do
like a
you
UFC? You
mean?
know, we've
No.
got our Straits Times correspondent, and then you're like, Pussycat Dolls, do it again. Threw you
I
off
can't
there.
do it on demand.
The enthusiasm.
It's just natural. All right, here are the Pussycat Dolls with buttons on Kiss 92.
Did you feel like you were in the red corner or the blue corner?
I was just
In the corner?
in the corner. I am in the corner.
Some corner.
He wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready
Right,
for it.
clearly.
Right in the corner.
Okay.
There's Nian Tjoe, and he is right in the corner of the square.
Move you up
Yes,
some
yes.
more. some
All
more,
right.
some more.
In the corner.
Yeah, okay.
Coolio.
There
This
you
is
go.
the
Perfect.
Okay, and this is perfect timing because it's raining right now. The roads are wet, and today we're talking about road safety.
Yeah, I think it's just a couple. I think over the weekend also there were some quite high profile accidents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thompson
Really?
Road.
I
And
didn't
Yes.
know. I didn't
Yeah,
I
realize.
saw
Right.
That-
so many.
I think a lecturer,
I was
right?
out of
An
town.
NUS
Oh,
lecturer
that's why.
was.
Yeah, but
Yes.
that car with the mother and child that ended up in the canal.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Hey,
heard
is it
about
our
that.
canal?
Good
That's
No,
our
this
canal?
one is in Bukit Timah.
Oh,
Yeah,
This is the
further.
Bukit Timah Canal.
okay. Wait,
But
one
Bukit Timah
at a
Canal
time.
is very long.
So what happened then? I mean, that particular accident.
So I guess the holding statement here is that everything is investigation
Okay.
and what have you.
Yeah.
But I think what's in the canal stays in the canal.
They were. I mean, she was driving the car with her kid.
Yeah,
in
it
the
seems
car.
that you can't tell whether it was like a case where she lost control or there
Right.
was something that hit it. I think by the similar token, the other really bad accident had a fatality. Also, I saw videos of
Yeah.
the truck that
The
was
truck
just
hitting the
careening
car.
across
Yes.
Across the
divide
road.
That
and
is-
all
oh,
that.
can you
That was
imagine?
that professor.
Yeah.
It was an
So-
NUS professor.
So the car.
The truck came from the opposite side of the road,
Yeah.
went through the barrier, and the car that it hit got sandwiched between that truck and a van or something like that. So it was like,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, but I think to kind of decouple this is, I think the immediate thing is that we are also in this period where the road conditions in terms of the weather and everything, plus the road works, there are always diversions going on, that I think as motorists should take more care.
yeah.
Right. I mean that's along the lines of how you maintain the vehicle and also how you approach just using the roads as a
Yeah, slow down. I mean, I don't think a lot of people just
people
drive way
rush.
too fast.
And
Yeah.
I think the problem for this is people don't plan.
No,
you know,
they
and this
don't,
is
yeah.
the timing thing that we've been talking about for weeks.
Yeah.
If you know it's going to take half an hour to get to your destination, give yourself 40 minutes.
or even
Yeah.
45 minutes an hour, yeah.
If
Yeah.
not, you end up speeding.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's how
Exactly.
all these accidents. The other day I was driving, I saw the car in front of me literally just not stop and then crash into the van in front of it. I just saw it happen like right in front of me, and I had to like maneuver around it.
I think it's not about rushing or the speed. I think the first thing is distraction. Right? I mean, there's is situational awareness, right? If you are,
But if you're not
yeah.
rushing, then you can pay attention, right?
you are
No, then you
feeding
can
your
watch
phone on
TV
your lap.
more. you
Very
know?
important.
Oh,
Right
also
now,
true.
do not watch us and drive at the same
Please
time.
don't do that.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I know for years I've been saying
Yes,
it's okay, I don't care. You
exactly.
can watch and
please don't
drive.
do that.
But no, I take that back.
I've been in some private, what do you call it?
The car.
Car sharing
Yep.
vehicles and whatnot. And I've seen drivers watching one phone, looking at the other phone to see where they're going. And this video, it's just streaming. It's like
That might be for
TikTok
the,
or
for
YouTube.
The,
for what?
For the people in
Or
the
catching
car.
Pokemon.
No, honey,
Yeah, go
honey. If it was for the people in the cars, it would be on the back
Oh,
of the
true,
car.
also
It's
true.
in front of
Yeah.
him, and he's watching it, and they think they can manage.
Speaking of in
Yeah.
front of, I had this friend, right?
Oh dear.
No, seriously. I had this friend
was in front of.
who always needs to use his GPS.
Okay.
Right, fair enough.
So the GPS, right, is in front of his crotch. So while he's driving, the phone is there. On the seat
Oh, he
in
doesn't
front,
have a
in front of
phone
his crotch,
holder.
flat. It doesn't have a hole. So he's driving, and then he's looking down.
That's a
like that.
terrible excuse because he doesn't
Let
have a
it-
phone holder.
Yeah, that is a
Of
terrible.
course, a terrible excuse.
You
lah.
can
I
put
mean,
it on your dashboard. You can put it like your phone will fit anywhere on your car.
I think it's just habit.
Oh my
dear.
So imagine that. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
So it's there, and then he's driving, and then of course, I mean, audio is on, so it's like in front, turn
Turn
left,
left,
or
yeah,
whatever.
300 meters.
But I think most of us we like to see
So used to see
How close the 300
Right.
meters is as well.
Exactly.
yeah.
So that's what he does. He looks down
I
and
mean,
then looks up again.
Ludicrous.
Have you had a conversation with this friend of yours? Or you
Yes.
just leave
yeah,
about
you just,
that?
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
It's ludicrous.
But he still does it.
The other thing I think is, and a lot of people will not acknowledge this. If you're tired, don't
Stop driving.
Drive.
Yeah.
Don't drive, yeah.
No, if you're tired, you must have the Vicks inhaler.
No.
Then
I
that'll
have
Just stop
been
by the
keep you
side
awake.
of the road.
I have been in a private hire car heading home.
Yeah.
This is 10, I know the time exactly, 10:45. The driver is about to exit KJE into Brickland Road. There's a lorry.
Oh,
Didn't see
this,
it.
this is
his-
going to be
no,
bad.
His head goes like this, down,
Yep.
bang.
You were in the car.
I was in the car. So, bang. He then pulls out, speeds up, exits, and takes me home.
Poor guy.
Doesn't even stop.
Poor thing.
Doesn't even stop. But this is but this applies to private hire drivers.
But-
if you're tired, you must take that break.
And taxi
You
drivers
must
too.
take that break.
Yeah.
I know a lot why I assume a lot of them are doing it because they need to earn the money.
They need to
course.
earn the
Of
money.
course.
Absolutely.
But,
You know?
but you're not going to earn the money if you
you're-
end up in a bad
if you're-
accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a health. It's a health topic as well.
Yeah.
Because I would also contend that on one side you say that the drivers are rushing because they're trying to make
Make more
the
money,
income,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own situation.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like maybe it means that the moment you get home, you should be in bed.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Or
Yeah.
It may not be a choice, but maybe you do make a choice if you're swiping and
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
I've been sleepy before. Oh, okay, going back on air. Okay, cool. Medusa and Good Boys, Piece of Your Heart, right here on Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place. We have Nian Tjoe with us. Nian Tjoe is the senior transport correspondent at the Straits Times, and we've been having a very interesting conversation, actually. We're talking about road safety, especially during this period. You know, the roads are wet, and we've had a couple of high-profile accidents over the past few days.
Yes, I think the road conditions, I mean, we were discussing this about how to avoid it. Is it speeding and what have you? I think, for me at least, observation, right? Just knowing where you're going. Whether it is you are dependent on a navigation or this is a familiar route, there might be diversions, there might be jaywalkers.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about this briefly, right, on seniors in silver zones and all that. But fundamentally, it's about being conscious of your environment, right? I draw from ages ago where we did some what we call road rallying.
Yeah.
So basically, it's doing on a road trip, but it's competitive. It's not about being fast; it's being on time. And as the navigator, the co-driver, your job is not to just say that, turn in front 20 meters. You want to read 2 or 3
exactly.
instructions ahead.
Before,
so
yeah.
the driver is all psyched. Okay, after the left, there's a right, and then a little bit further on. So if you apply that sort of discipline as your habit when you're driving, or frankly think about it, even as a commuter, you're on a bus, you know that your stop is coming. You don't like, let me just start a new game on my app or something, right?
Yeah.
I think on the other level, when you're actually operating a machine,
Yeah.
that potential of harm is even higher. So the responsibility is also on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this whole planning ahead or thinking like 3-4 steps in front, I think only us guys can do. Women can't do
Excuse
that.
me.
No, no.
I don't mean that in a bad way, but
Anybody
no,
can do it.
I look at
unless
my
you're a
no,
woman like driver, you know, you're a private hire driver, then you're capable.
Nah, I
but
disagree.
normal.
What's the difference
women,
with women drivers and women drivers?
No. No,
What?
regular
What?
women drivers
Uh-huh.
don't drive for
Right.
very long. That's the
okay.
thing.
Why not?
I don't know.
Because
Wait,
the husband's always like, no, I tell you what, honey, let me drive.
No, I tell you, whenever I used to come and visit Singapore, right, when I was living in the States, I
Yeah.
was the family driver when I came home, right? Give my dad a break, I drive everyone around. But if you drive all day, I will say as as a human being that was like younger even, it gets tiring. And I know my dad, even though he's much older,
Yeah.
he doesn't get tired of driving. And
No,
that
I
might
love
just be-
driving. I don't get
I
tired
love
of it.
driving. Yeah, but going from one place to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next,
Yeah.
and you're just never
I think it
getting
comes
out
with
of the
experience.
car.
Okay, so let's assume that Angel has an experience like you drive in, road trips, you drive a lot now. Okay, that's experience. Daphne, you were in the States, you used to drive a lot, long distances, fine. But the majority of the ladies here in Singapore who are in their vehicles
You're alone.
for the duration of, from home to work, drive on average like maybe less than an hour.
Good thing
a
he
day
didn't
or
say
something.
from home to
Not very-
school and then back home and then go
Oh,
to
that
the
one.
tuition and
So
then come
before I
back
make
and
Not
Next
work,
getting
time.
right?
in the corner.
Yeah.
Huh?
Next week you'll be in a corner.
Because if I mention this to my wife, finish lah.
Yeah,
That's
of
it.
course, of course,
It's gonna
yes.
whack me. So anyway, just so that I don't deprive the people on radio who are listening right now from a tip that I would like to give for people who fall off to sleep, tend to while they are
Yeah, yeah.
driving,
Yes.
and it does happen. I would like to suggest an inhaler. Okay, so I always have
How
3
has an
in my
example?
car.
How handy. There's one in your pocket as well.
So most of the time it's okay like this, right?
Oh my god.
I have 3 in my car, so I put 1 in each nostril. If
And what
I'm really,
happens to the
if I'm really
one
tired,
What happens to the third one,
On
Glenn?
standby.
stand by.
Well, you know where that one goes.
Correct, Nian Tjoe. Hey, you guys don't laugh at me.
That really keeps you awake, doesn't it?
I recommend this to all the taxi drivers, private hire, and all that for the safety of their passengers. Sometimes, you really need something to wake you up. And you've experienced it before.
Yes.
Doesn't matter that you look silly. At least you have an option
Shalini's rolling her
Okay.
eyes right now.
keep yourself, awake. Okay,
I
just
have
wanna
got to say,
that.
he did this, and I actually tried that once when I was tired and I was driving, and it actually
I swear to you, it will
actually
wake
worked.
you
Okay.
up. It will wake you up.
But still,
Safety first, always.
End of the day, you're tired.
Take a
Pull
break.
over. Take a break.
Take a break.
That's
Take a
right.
break. I will leave them with one topic. Okay, one last comment. Your vehicle, if you're not driving it properly, is a weapon. Remember that.
It is. Thank you very much.
So
Lee
attractive.
Nian Tjoe, senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times. Any last words?
No inhalers.
All right, headline news and sports up next.